Hey guys, it's Sarah. You may know me as Holistic Healer Sarah, and today I'm going to be walking you through a day in my life healing with medical medium information. So when I first wake up, I say I work for God to try to get in the right headspace for the day, and then I'll go right downstairs and make my lemon water on an empty stomach. I'm using RO water or reverse osmosis water, but you can also use a Berkey filter or spring water. And then I cut my lemon. I use one whole lemon, and I squeeze it into the lemon water, and that makes it living water. Then I'll go outside and get some nature. I like to step into the sunlight and put my feet on the grass barefoot and really ground into the day. Then 30 minutes later, I'll have fresh celery juice. So I'm using Costco celery. It's already pre-cut, so it's super easy to use. And I'm using the Omega juicer from Medical Medium, the new one. It's awesome. And then I'm straining my celery juice. Be careful not to spill everywhere. I actually like using a nut milk bag or a cheesecloth because it comes out super smooth and you never have any pulp. So you could do that too to avoid the mess. And then I kind of chug my celery juice. You don't have to drink it super fast, but I personally like to. Gets my morning routine going at a good pace because you are waiting about 15 to 30 minutes in between each. And then whenever I can, in between lemon water or in between celery juice and breakfast, I like to get some movement in. I like to do some at least light stretching or yoga. It just makes me feel really good and gets the lymph going. Then I wait another 30 minutes and I'll have breakfast, which is a heavy metal detox smoothie by Medical Medium. So the recipe calls for the juice of 1 orange. I personally prefer 3. It makes it extra sweet. Next we need 1 teaspoon of spirulina. I use the brand Vimergy because it's the cleanest out there. And I really like to put the powders after the orange juice because it prevents it from sticking to the blender. Then we need 1 teaspoon of barley grass juice powder, also from Vimergy. And then we need 1 cup of fresh cilantro. And then 2 cups of Wyman's Wild Blueberries. You can find them in the frozen section of most supermarkets. And then it calls for 2 bananas, but I personally use 4 to 5 as I like to meet my caloric needs and it keeps my energy up and I feel full, especially during a cleanse. But of course, this will depend on your height and weight and activity level. And then last but not least, you need a tablespoon of Atlantic Dulse. I'm using the brand recommended by Medical Medium, but you can also use it in supplement form on Vimergy's website. And then for snacks, I have as many apples as I want until lunchtime. And then I also hydrate throughout the day with an extra 32 ounces of lemon water, just how I made it in the morning. For lunch, I had the Liver Rescue smoothie. It calls for 1 packet of pink pitaya. You can use fresher powdered though, 2 cups of Wyman's Wild Blueberries, 2 bananas. I personally use 4 to 5. Make sure they're super ripe with spots on them. And then I add some filtered water. That's optional. And then once that's done, I blend it up and enjoy. It is so delicious. It's one of my favorite smoothies. Then I have more apples between lunch and dinner. And I had to put this in here. I went to visit my brother and saw my grandmother. I made her try on my hat and she just looked so adorable. And I got to see my brother's precious dog, a beautiful white pit bull, and I wanted to match her, so we were twinning. Alright, next I made dinner. I'm having spinach soup. I'll be honest, it's not my favorite, but it's part of the cleanse. It's the easiest option, and it's so good for you, so hopefully it'll grow on me one day. It calls for a pint of grape tomatoes, 1 orange juice, 1 garlic clove, 1 celery stick, and 4 cups of spinach. And then you have the option of 2 basil leaves or cilantro. And you blend up the soup, pour it over optional cucumbers. I sliced mine really thinly, and that's dinner. And then I had 1 more apple before bed. At this point, I was sick of chewing apples, but yeah. And then to wrap up the day of cleansing, I'm going to be having 16 ounces of lemon water and hibiscus tea. And whoever needs to see this, Faith Can Move Mountains, thought I'd show it. And I use Traditional Medicinals brand tea. Cheers, y'all. Kisses. And then I usually try to end my day before I go to bed with prayer, gratitude, or watching something that just makes me feel really good. And for well over 6 months now, every night before I go to bed, I add Medical Medium's meditations to my playlist, put my phone on airplane mode, and let them play while I sleep. It still works in the subconscious, y'all.